look years younger with these 7 Buddhist secrets. When you look in the mirror, do you ever wonder why some people seem to age so gracefully, while others appear weighed down by the passage of time? Some individuals seem untouched by the stress and burdens of life, their faces glowing with vitality, while others struggle with the visible signs of aging, wrinkles, gray hair, and a deepened expression of worry or regret. Is it genetics, luck, or is there something deeper, a secret that lies beyond the surface of the body? The traveler in this video offers a remarkable perspective rooted in Zen and Buddhist teachings. It's not about external beauty or just physical health. It's about cultivating an internal sense of peace, acceptance, and understanding that shapes the way we experience life and, consequently, the way we age. In the following, I will share my personal reflections on these teachings, examining the core principles and how they resonate with our everyday struggles. By embracing these timeless lessons, we may all find ourselves looking and feeling younger, no matter our age. 1. The likeness of the mind. Letting go of mental burdens. We live in a world that often values busyness, productivity, and achievement. We are constantly moving, thinking, and worrying about the future. The modern world tells us that we must always strive for more wealth, more success, more validation. But all this striving often comes at a great cost, mental and emotional strain. As the traveler in the video suggests, our minds carry a heavy load of unnecessary thoughts, regrets, and fears, and these burdens manifest on our faces and in our bodies. Stress, worry, and constant overthinking cause tension, tightening the muscles in our face and deepening the lines around our eyes. But here's the secret. When we let go of these burdens, when we stop ruminating on the past and stop worrying about the future, we free ourselves. The result is not just a lighter mind, but also a lighter body. Our facial expressions soften, and we begin to radiate a youthful energy that comes from within. The Buddhist perspective on mental burdens. Buddhism teaches us that suffering arises from attachment. We cling to memories, desires, fears, and expectations, creating a mental weight that prevents us from experiencing true freedom. The Buddha himself compared the mind to a still pond. When it is undisturbed, it reflects clarity and peace. However, when we constantly stir it with thoughts and worries, the water becomes murky, distorting our perception of reality. Letting go does not mean indifference. Instead, it means cultivating mindfulness, being fully present in each moment without being trapped by past regrets or future anxieties. This practice is known as non-attachment. When we embrace non-attachment, we allow life to flow naturally without resistance, much like a river moving effortlessly toward the ocean. The connection between mind and appearance. Science supports what ancient wisdom has long known. Chronic stress accelerates aging. Stress triggers the release of cortisol, which breaks down collagen, leading to wrinkles, dull skin, and tired eyes. Buddhist monks and meditation practitioners often appear younger than their actual age because they embody a sense of peace that relaxes their facial muscles and promotes inner vitality. By learning to release tension and cultivate a serene state of mind, we naturally enhance our physical presence. Have you ever noticed how a truly peaceful person seems to glow? Their eyes sparkle with calmness, their posture is relaxed, and their face radiates an effortless warmth. This is the external manifestation of an unburdened mind. Practical steps to let go. 1. Meditation and mindfulness. A daily meditation practice helps quiet the mind. Even 10 minutes of focused breathing can create profound shifts in mental clarity and emotional balance. 2. Practice non-attachment. Observe your thoughts without identifying with them. When negative thoughts arise, acknowledge them, but do not let them define your state of being. 3. Release regret and fear. The past cannot be changed, and the future is uncertain. By fully embracing the present moment, we liberate ourselves from unnecessary mental burdens. 4. Simplify your life. Minimalism in thoughts and material possessions leads to mental clarity. Ask yourself, do I really need this worry? Do I really need this expectation? 5. Surround yourself with positivity. The energy we absorb from our surroundings influences our state of mind. Choose environments and people that promote peace rather than stress. 6. Develop a gratitude practice. Gratitude shifts focus from lack to abundance, reducing the desire to control everything. 7. Breathe and relax. Deep breathing exercises lower stress and promote relaxation. Whenever you feel tension, take a slow, deep breath and release it with intention. 2. The power of simplicity. Finding joy in less. In a world that glorifies excess, we often equate happiness with material possessions, status, and external achievements. We chase after bigger homes, faster cars, and the approval of others. But the more we chase, the more we find ourselves dissatisfied. The traveler's story of a child playing joyfully with a simple stick is a powerful reminder of how happiness does not come from accumulating things, but from appreciating the simple joys of life. The Buddhist philosophy of simplicity. Buddhism teaches that attachment to material things leads to suffering. The more we desire, the more we cling to impermanent things, and the more restless our minds become. The Buddha himself lived a life of renunciation, demonstrating that true peace and fulfillment do not come from accumulating wealth but from understanding the nature of impermanence and finding contentment in the present moment. One of the core teachings in Buddhism is santuti, contentment. This concept encourages us to be satisfied with what we have, rather than always seeking more. When we cultivate contentment, we free ourselves from the endless cycle of craving and dissatisfaction. We begin to realize that joy exists not in excess, but in the deep appreciation of life's simple moments. The connection between simplicity and inner peace. When we embrace simplicity, we release ourselves from the burden of constant desire and comparison. Modern society often conditions us to believe that our worth is determined by our possessions, achievements, and social status. However, true peace arises when we let go of these external validations and turn inward. Simplicity allows us to be fully present. When we are not preoccupied with acquiring more, we have the mental space to enjoy life's natural rhythm. The sound of rain, the warmth of sunlight, and the laughter of a loved one become sources of profound joy. These moments, untainted by greed or expectation, nourish the soul far more than any material gain ever could. The youthfulness of a simple life. It is often said that stress ages us. The pressure to acquire, to compete, and to impress creates a mental and physical strain that manifests as fatigue, tension, and worry lines on our faces. When we let go of this pressure and embrace a simpler way of living, we feel lighter, our minds become clearer, and our bodies respond with vitality. Have you ever noticed how children radiate joy without needing much? Their happiness is not tied to luxury or complexity but to presence and playfulness. By returning to a simpler way of living, one free from unnecessary obligations and expectations, we reconnect with this childlike energy. In doing so, we cultivate a sense of lightness and youthfulness that transcends age. Practical ways to cultivate simplicity. 1. Declutter your space. Declutter your mind. The environment we live in greatly affects our mental state. Simplifying our surroundings creates a sense of clarity and ease. 2. Practice mindful consumption. Before acquiring something new, ask yourself, does this add real value to my life? Will it bring lasting joy? Or is it a fleeting desire? 3. Live with intention. Focus on experiences rather than possessions. Instead of buying more, invest in relationships, learning, and personal growth. 4. Disconnect to reconnect. Reduce digital distractions. Spend time in nature, meditate, or engage in activities that foster genuine connection rather than superficial engagement. 5. Let go of comparison. The need to keep up with others is a major source of stress. Recognize that true contentment comes from within, not from external validation. 6. Savor the present moment. Joy is found in the now. Instead of longing for what you don't have, immerse yourself in the beauty of what is already here. 7. Simplify your commitments. Overloading your schedule leads to exhaustion. Prioritize what truly matters and learn to say no to unnecessary obligations. 3. The art of letting go. Releasing the past to heal. One of the most powerful secrets the traveler shares is the ability to let go. Holding on to pain, anger, resentment, or regret from the past doesn't just keep us emotionally tied to old wounds, it also physically ages us. The woman in the story who carried the pain of betrayal for years is a perfect example of how clinging to negative emotions can affect our health and appearance. The Buddhist perspective on letting go. In Buddhist teachings, the concept of anatta, non-self, reminds us that everything, including our emotions, is impermanent. We often mistakenly identify ourselves with our past pain, carrying it like a burden that defines who we are. However, clinging to these emotional wounds only deepens our suffering. The practice of letting go, whether through mindfulness, forgiveness, or meditation, is not about forgetting or denying our past experiences but about releasing their hold on us. The Four Noble Truths explain that suffering arises from attachment and craving. When we cling to painful memories, we continue to feed our suffering, preventing ourselves from experiencing true freedom. By practicing metta, loving kindness, and karuna, compassion, we learn to release resentment and make space for healing. The physical and emotional impact of holding on. Just as stress accelerates aging, so too does emotional baggage. When we hold on to anger, our bodies react with tension, stress, and chronic anxiety. Scientific research shows that prolonged stress increases cortisol levels, leading to premature aging, fatigue, and even illness. The more we dwell on past hurts, the more we reinforce this cycle of suffering in both body and mind. Conversely, letting go has profound healing effects. When we release negative emotions, we notice a shift, not just in our minds but in our bodies. The face relaxes, the shoulders drop, and we feel a sense of inner lightness. This state of ease and peace naturally enhances our appearance, making us look and feel more youthful. Practical ways to let go. 1. Practice mindfulness meditation. Observing thoughts without attachment helps us develop awareness and create emotional distance from our past pain. 2. Use the power of breath. Deep, conscious breathing helps release tension and emotional blockages. Techniques like pranayama or deep belly breathing activate the relaxation response. 3. Embrace forgiveness. Forgiveness is not about excusing someone's behavior but freeing ourselves from the emotional chains that bind us. 4. Write and release. Journaling about painful experiences and then symbolically letting go, by burning or discarding the paper, can be a powerful ritual of release. 5. Visualize detachment. A helpful Buddhist practice is imagining our pain as a cloud drifting away or a leaf floating down a river, symbolizing our ability to let go. 6. Cultivate gratitude. Shifting focus to what we appreciate helps diminish the grip of negative emotions. 7. Surround yourself with peaceful environments. Spending time in nature, practicing meditation, and engaging in calming activities support emotional release. the freedom in letting go. As someone who has struggled with holding on to past hurts, I can attest to how it can age the spirit. I've noticed that when I hold on to grudges or past disappointments, my face becomes tense and my body feels weighed down. But when I let go, it's like a weight is lifted. The act of forgiveness doesn't just heal others, it heals me too. It allows me to move forward with a lightness that radiates youthfulness. Letting go is not about forgetting or condoning hurtful actions, but about freeing ourselves from the past so that we can live fully in the present. This simple yet profound practice is one of the most powerful tools for maintaining a youthful mind and body. True beauty and peace come not from holding on, but from learning to release, making space for joy, love, and renewal. 4. The joy of playfulness. Reclaiming the spirit of youth. As we age, it's easy to fall into the trap of seriousness. Responsibilities, work, and the pressures of life can make us forget the joy of play. Yet, as the traveler reminds us, laughter and play are essential for maintaining vitality. A body that moves freely and a heart that laughs easily are the gates to youth. The Buddhist perspective on playfulness. Buddhism teaches that the mind should remain light and unburdened. The concept of beginner's mind, Shoshin, in Zen philosophy emphasizes approaching life with curiosity, openness, and playfulness. When we let go of rigid expectations and allow ourselves to experience life with childlike wonder, we cultivate a spirit that is ever youthful. The story of the old monk who still played with birds is a profound lesson. Age is not determined by years but by the state of our hearts. He remained young not because he defied time, but because he embraced the present moment with joy. This simple act of play demonstrates that youthfulness is not just about the body but about the lightness of being. How playfulness affects our well-being. Scientific research supports what ancient wisdom has long known: laughter and play reduce stress, improve brain function, and boost overall health. When we engage in playful activities, our bodies release endorphins and dopamine, chemicals that enhance mood and combat stress. Play also fosters creativity and adaptability. Just as children learn and grow through play, adults who maintain a sense of playfulness navigate life's challenges with greater resilience. This fluidity of mind and spirit keeps us mentally sharp and physically energetic. Simple ways to reclaim playfulness. 1. Move freely. Dance, stretch, or engage in activities that encourage unstructured movement. Let go of self-consciousness and enjoy the rhythm of life. 2. Laugh often. Watch a comedy, share jokes with friends, or simply find humor in everyday life. Laughter is a natural stress reliever. 3. Be curious. Approach life with a sense of wonder. Try new hobbies, explore unfamiliar places, or learn something playful like juggling or painting. 4. Engage in creative play. Write, draw, sing, or play an instrument. Expressing yourself creatively reconnects you with the joy of unfiltered expression. 5. Spend time with playful people. Surround yourself with those who uplift you and encourage joy. Playfulness is contagious. 6. Let go of self-judgment. Many adults suppress playfulness due to fear of looking silly. Release these inhibitions and allow yourself to enjoy the moment without overthinking. The eternal youth of a playful heart. Reflecting on this, I realize how often I've allowed life to become too serious. The joy of play, of dancing under the stars or laughing with friends, is something that can easily be lost in the hustle and bustle of adulthood. But when I take time to laugh, to be silly, to play, I feel a renewed sense of energy. Playfulness is not just for children. It is an essential part of staying youthful. The traveler's story of the old monk who still played with birds is a beautiful reminder that age should not rob us of our joy. Incorporating playfulness into our lives keeps us vibrant, energetic, and youthful. Whether it's dancing, singing, or just laughing at ourselves, playfulness is a key ingredient in the recipe for eternal youth. 5. The stillness within. Finding renewal in meditation. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to become overwhelmed by the constant rush of activity. We live in a society that glorifies busyness, but as the traveler points out, constant motion drains our energy and accelerates aging. The true secret to rejuvenation lies in stillness. The Buddhist wisdom of stillness. Buddhism teaches that stillness is not merely the absence of movement, but a state of profound awareness and presence. The practice of samatha, calm abiding, meditation allows us to cultivate inner tranquility, quieting the restless mind and grounding us in the present moment. When we cease chasing after thoughts, desires, and worries, we unlock a source of deep energy and renewal. In Buddhist philosophy, the mind is often compared to a turbulent lake, constantly stirred by emotions and distractions. Through meditation, the waters of the mind become still, allowing us to see clearly and experience reality as it truly is. This clarity brings an immense sense of peace, which has a direct impact on our well-being and longevity. Meditation and its healing effects. The connection between the mind and body is undeniable. Stress, anxiety, and overthinking lead to physical strain, tightened muscles, increased cortisol levels, and weakened immunity. These factors accelerate aging and create an imbalance in the body. However, meditation acts as a counterbalance, promoting relaxation, reducing stress hormones, and enhancing cellular repair. Scientific studies have shown that meditation slows down the aging process by increasing telomerase activity, an enzyme that protects our DNA from deterioration. This means that by embracing stillness, we are not only nurturing our inner peace but also preserving our physical vitality. Cultivating stillness in daily life. Stillness does not mean withdrawal from life, rather, it is a way of engaging with the world from a place of calm and clarity. Here are some simple ways to incorporate stillness into everyday life. 1. Morning meditation. Begin the day with a few minutes of stillness. This sets a peaceful tone for the rest of the day. 2. Mindful breathing. Throughout the day, pause to take a few conscious breaths. This helps reset the nervous system and cultivates inner peace. 3. Nature connection. Spend time in nature without distractions. Observe the stillness of a tree or the flow of a river to reconnect with a natural state of calm. 4. Evening reflection. Before bed, practice gratitude or a short meditation to clear mental clutter and promote restful sleep. 5. Silent moments. In conversations and daily activities, embrace silence rather than filling every moment with noise and thoughts. The rejuvenating power of stillness. I have personally experienced the transformative power of meditation. In moments of quiet reflection, I find a deep sense of peace and renewal. Meditation not only calms the mind but also rejuvenates the body. The stress we accumulate throughout the day accumulates in our muscles and organs, and it takes its toll over time. But through meditation, we can release this tension, promote healing, and restore balance to our bodies. The stillness within is not just about sitting in silence, it's about reconnecting with our true selves. It's in this space of quiet that we can find the peace and tranquility that promotes healing and slows down the aging process. By embracing stillness, we learn to move through life with a sense of serenity, strength, and timeless vitality. 6. The strength of compassion. Nurturing a youthful heart. Anger and selfishness may make us feel temporarily justified, but they also age us quickly. The traveler's wisdom teaches us that compassion and kindness are essential for staying young. A heart full of love does not grow old. The Buddhist perspective on compassion. Buddhism places compassion, karuna, at the center of its teachings, recognizing it as a force that not only brings harmony to the world but also preserves the well-being of the one who practices it. The Dalai Lama has often said that, if you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want to be happy, practice compassion. This wisdom highlights the mutual benefits of kindness, not just for those who receive it, but for those who give it. Compassion allows us to transcend selfish concerns and cultivate a sense of interconnectedness with all beings. When we let go of resentment, grudges, and anger, we free ourselves from mental and emotional burdens that weigh heavily on our bodies. Love and kindness are not just abstract virtues, they have real, tangible effects on our health and longevity. The science behind compassion and aging. Scientific research supports what spiritual traditions have long taught: compassion and love have a profound impact on our physiology. Acts of kindness trigger the release of oxytocin, sometimes called the love hormone, which reduces stress, lowers blood pressure, and promotes heart health. Oxytocin also counteracts the effects of cortisol, the stress hormone that accelerates aging and contributes to inflammation. Furthermore, compassionate individuals tend to experience lower levels of anxiety and depression, both of which contribute to premature aging. Studies have found that those who engage in regular acts of kindness and maintain meaningful relationships tend to have longer, healthier lives. How to cultivate compassion in daily life. 1. Practice loving-kindness meditation, metta bhavana. This form of meditation involves sending thoughts of goodwill and love to oneself, loved ones, strangers, and even those with whom we have conflicts. It softens the heart and promotes inner peace. 2. Express gratitude and appreciation. Recognizing the kindness of others fosters a positive mindset that strengthens our own capacity for compassion. 3. Perform small acts of kindness, simple gestures, like smiling at a stranger or offering a kind word, create ripples of positive energy. 4. Let go of resentment. Holding on to anger weighs down the heart. Forgiveness is a powerful tool for maintaining both emotional and physical well-being. 5. Listen deeply. Compassion is not just about giving. It's also about being present for others without judgment or expectation. 6. Care for yourself with kindness. True compassion starts from within. Treating ourselves with love and understanding allows us to extend the same warmth to others. The eternal youth of a loving heart. I've found that when I show kindness to others, it not only brightens their day, but it also lifts my own spirit. Compassion has the power to soften the face, lighten the heart, and even slow down the aging process. When we love deeply, not just others but ourselves, we release the chemicals in our bodies that slow aging and promote healing. True youth is not just about how we look, but about how we love. Compassion is the fountain of youth that keeps the body and spirit in balance. By choosing to love and care for others, we cultivate a youthful energy that radiates from within. 7. The wisdom of acceptance. Embracing life as it comes. Finally, the traveler teaches us the wisdom of acceptance. Fighting against time, aging, or change only leads to suffering. The key to remaining timeless is to flow with the natural course of life, rather than resisting it. The Buddhist view on acceptance. In Buddhism, acceptance is rooted in the principle of anicca, impermanence. Everything in life, including our bodies, relationships, and circumstances, is in a state of constant change. Clinging to youth, resisting aging, or fearing the unknown only deepens suffering. True peace comes from surrendering to the natural flow of life with grace and mindfulness. The first noble truth teaches that suffering arises from attachment and resistance. When we accept life as it is, without grasping for what was or worrying about what will be, we cultivate a deep sense of inner freedom. Acceptance is not passive resignation but an active embrace of reality with wisdom and understanding. The beauty of aging with grace. Aging is not a decline but a transformation. When we accept it, we begin to see beauty in the wisdom that comes with experience. The lines on our face tell a story. The silver in our hair reflects a life well lived, and the lessons learned become a guiding light for those who follow. By shifting our mindset, we move from fear to appreciation. Instead of seeing aging as something to fight against, we recognize it as a natural rhythm, like the changing of seasons. Just as autumn leaves fall effortlessly, so too should we embrace the changes that come with time. How to cultivate acceptance. 1. Practice mindfulness. Living fully in the present moment helps dissolve worries about the past or future. 2. Let go of control. Understand that not everything is within our power. Surrendering to the flow of life brings ease and peace. 3. Reframe aging as growth. Instead of fearing change, view it as an opportunity for deeper wisdom and fulfillment. 4. Find joy in every stage. Each phase of life offers unique experiences. Embrace them with gratitude rather than resistance. 5. Release societal expectations. Beauty and value are not defined by youth. Inner radiance and wisdom outshine physical appearance. The peace that comes with letting go. This lesson resonates deeply with me. I spent years resisting the natural signs of aging, afraid of what time would do to my body. But as I began to accept the changes that come with age, I found a sense of peace and freedom. Instead of fearing aging, I now embrace it as part of the journey. Acceptance allows us to live fully in the present, free from the fear of what is to come. By embracing acceptance, we unlock the secret to timelessness, not through resisting change, but by flowing with it. In surrendering to life's natural rhythm, we discover a beauty that is eternal, beyond the constraints of time. Conclusion. The eternal youth of the mind. As I reflect on these 7 secrets, I realize that the traveler's teachings offer a profound shift in perspective. Youth is not about avoiding the passage of time, but about cultivating a mindset that defies it. By letting go of mental burdens, embracing simplicity, releasing the past, maintaining a playful spirit, finding stillness, showing compassion, and accepting the natural flow of life, we can all defy the effects of aging. The body follows the mind. When we cultivate a youthful, free, and joyful mind, time has little power over us. This, I believe, is the true source of eternal youth. In conclusion, these teachings offer a path to a more fulfilled and youthful life. One that transcends the physical aspects of aging and focuses on the internal. Embrace these principles, and you too can defy time, living a life well lived.